Hi, this is Kylie Thompson, host of Food for Thought. Thanks for listening to the following podcast on Public House Media.
Hey, Choose Stories friends, this is Kim here. I have a super fun, super relaxing opportunity for you. Have you just been super stressed out lately, like with all the changes that have been happening in the world and the new routines and all of the stuff that we've been dealing with? Well, I want to give you an opportunity to do a 10-minute a day, 21-day meditation challenge with me. If you are already part of our crew, I can share with you in there about how to get access. If you're not yet a part of our crew, I want to be able to share that with you. So it's in an app on your phone. It's 10 minutes a day. It's going to help you relax and de-stress and just walk away a better human being so you can better serve your family and friends. And that's what we're all about here on Rise and Choose to Rise, is being able to rise up of our current situation and live our best life. And this is going to help you do that. So reach out to me, shoot me an email at choosetoriseup@gmail.com, or find the link in the show notes. Let's get you rocking and rolling with a 10-minute a day meditation challenge that's going to help you be calmer, more confident, and show up in the world as the best version of yourself. When you're ready, click the link and let's get going. Your life comes down to this formula: you, choice, plus behavior, plus habit, plus compound equals goals. Where are you headed in life? Hello, welcome to Choose to Rise. I'm so grateful that you've decided to push play today and listen in on this series all about habits. We have now gotten to the third piece of this series. So if you have not listened to the others, don't worry. You can listen to this and go back and listen to the others. If you are on number 3 with me right here, right now, I appreciate you so much. And I'm so glad that you're listening in. You know, this whole process of you plus your choices, plus your behaviors, plus your habits, plus compounded equal your goals, is why it's so imperative to figure out what behaviors are blocking your path that lead you to your goal and which behaviors you will help you accomplish your goal in the end. I hope and pray that you are identifying what those things are, what habits are going to get you to your ideal life, and what habits are going to keep you from getting there, and that you are working on changing those as you go. We are in week 3 of our habit challenge in our virtual studio, and there are women completely changing themselves. They are rocking and rolling with working on their nutrition, working on their fitness, women that haven't worked out in a long time, that are staying consistent because they're surrounding themselves with people who get it, people who are making the changes, people who are, creating the new behaviors that are leading to new habits that are going to reach the goals that they want to have in life. And so, if you are really unsure of what's going on, I want to work with you today on reinstalling some good habits. Last week we talked about uninstalling habits, because if you can learn it, you can unlearn it, right? And so we talked about uninstalling things, but this week I want to really talk about how you can install good things. And I want to give you 6 techniques for installing good habits. And several of these come from the book Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And if you've not read that book or listened to that book on Audible, I highly encourage you to do so. It was one of the first books that I read as a new coach, and it's definitely one that was a complete game changer for me. So I would love for you to pick that book up, listen to it. What can you learn from it? And then also just apply as you go. If you're looking for a supportive community and you want to surround yourself with women who are doing the things that you're doing, I highly encourage you to get connected with me and be a part of our studio. We are working on self-care habits, of course, but we're also connecting on life and just working through any type of goal together. We are a group of positive women who are making ourselves a priority in life, who want to see good things happen for other people and genuinely want to just up level in life. So that's what we're doing. And we want to help you install these good habits. So let's get rocking and rolling. So now that I've walked with you on how to, walked with you through the path of uninstalling habits, I want to help you take the time now and install good habits. Okay. So we ultimately, we have habits that we have in our life that finally take in the direction of your grandest desires. Eliminating a bad habit means removing something from your routine. Installing a new one is going to help you be more productive. It's going to have maybe a completely different skill set. It's like you're planting a tree, watering it, fertilizing it, and making sure it's properly rooted. So it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes practice. And that also takes accountability and support. So put yourself in a good place, and find an accountability buddy, or join our studio and find a whole huge number of accountability buddies. But leadership expert John Maxwell says, you will never change your life until you change something you do daily. So the secret of your success is not found in your daily routine. It is found in your daily routine. It is something that you have to do daily in order to really find the full benefits of it. So it's not like you can't just do one push-up and think that you're going to be strong. You can't just eat one vegetable and think you're super healthy. It's got to be something that you do all the time. According to research, it takes 300 instances of positive reinforcement to turn a new habit into an unconscious practice. That's almost a year of daily practice. I'm so grateful that I have constant support and surrounding myself with our team in our studio. And you get 100% lifetime access when you join. And it's so awesome. So fortunately, we're talking about, we talked earlier about how to uninstall things and replacing them and swapping things out. And so I want to help you cement that new habit in your life over the next few weeks, over the next few months. And if you're really committed with me, that you'll just keep going strong. And that means if we bring special attention to this new daily habit for the first 3 weeks, the first month, the first 60 days, you're going to have a far better chance of making it a lifetime practice. And you can change any habit in a second, right? You can just make a new choice and decide to go a different direction. But if you have been habitually doing something for a long period of time, it's going to take time and effort and focus in order for you to make a long-lasting change in that. And so the shock and pain can be intense. The new switches, the readjusting to that new homeostasis, like I talked about last time, that all is going to take some effort. And you just need to be aware. You need to be conscious for the rest of your life that you are going to be focused on the new thing. And eventually it just becomes what you do. So the key to staying aware is, if you really want to maintain a good habit, you need to pay attention to it at least once a day, and more often if you really want to succeed. So set yourself up for success. Any new habit has work inside of your life and lifestyle. If you're going to join a gym that's 30 miles away, you probably won't go. But if you could, push play on a workout from home and do it in your living room, why not? If you want to lose weight and eat healthier, make sure your fridge and pantry are stocked with healthy options. Set yourself up for success. Want to make sure you don't binge on vending machine snacks and during the midday? Take something with you to practice keeping healthy snacks in your desk drawer or taking your lunch alongside of you. One strategy that I've used a lot is to have solid protein on hand. So I used to come home from school and just binge all the things in the cupboard, stuffing my face as I was cooking dinner. But the simple swap, it's a new little thing that I added and helped change change the game for me in my day-to-day, was having a protein snack at school before I left. And so it could have been Greek yogurt and fruit. It could have been a beach bar. It could have been anything that was going to be simple option to have on, available to me. My shake has great protein in it, and being able to have that on my way home or wherever it might be. And so then I have it ready and is able to go, and I'm not tempted to have the distracting and destructive habits in my life than if I'm not prepared for it. So setting myself up for success. Another thing that I've done to kind of get rid of a distracting habit in my life is my addiction to my phone. So instead of rolling over in the morning and grabbing my phone and scrolling social media or getting rid of all the little notifications, one, I turn all the notifications off. But two, I keep my phone away from my bed. It also gets me up early in the morning and makes me get up and go. And it's not a distraction for me right away. It's not so easy for me to lay in bed and just scroll. So the second tip I have for you is to think addition, not subtraction. When you are kind of thinking in the add-in principle here, it's a widely effective tool for anyone with any goal. All right. So think about this as add-in principle. It's not so much that when you attempt to take out of your diet, it's when you put it in instead. So this has become an analogy for life. Think about this. Instead of thinking that you have to deprive yourself or take something out of your diet, think I can't eat hamburgers, or I can't eat chocolate, or I can't eat dairy. Think instead about what you can have, right? So today I'm going to have a salad and some steamed veggies because I can. I'm going to, instead of, I can't watch TV right now, I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to be outside with my kids and move my body, and it's going to be amazing. Think of the positive things, right? It's just a flip of the switch in your head from going from all the woe is me, lack is me, the negative things in life to the positive things that you're going to come out of this situation instead. Think about all the things that you can do and all the things that you can add into your life that are a lot more powerful. A friend of mine wanted to break a bad habit of wasting too much time watching TV. So instead of watching TV for 3 hours, I told him to think about all the positive, what are you going to do with all that free time with your day? So instead of, we came up with a habit of you really love photography. So we made the habit of, we're going to go outside and just practice taking pictures of our kids when they're doing something fun. And then the time that you spend editing it and playing with the photography settings and that kind of stuff, finding a hobby, a habit that you really love that take up some of that time. And so now you're not spending those 3 hours watching TV and being a slough. Now you're creating a new skill, you're creating a new habit, you're spending time with your family, and you're doing a lot of fun things. And so because he wasn't focused on the lack of the TV, but he was focused on the good things that were happening with his photography and with his kids, he had a lot more joy in life. And there's much bigger payoff moving forward than just sitting and consuming a television all the time. So what can you choose to add in so you can enrich your life, enrich your experience? I swapped the snooze button for a workout. I've swapped TV for building a business online. I've swapped, junk food for healthy food that gives me more energy. I've swapped pop for water. It's just, there's simple things that you can add in and think about all the things that you get to do because you're making these positive changes. The next step I have for you is to go for PDA. Yes. No, not all the hugs and kisses. Go for a display of accountability, which basically means I want you to put it out there to the world. I want you to tell other people about what it is that you're doing. I want you to cement this new habit by getting other people to watch you. It's never easy to, go on social media and just tell everyone all the things, but I really want you to be the person that gets outside of your comfort zone and shares what you're doing with other people. So one of the cool things about being a part of the virtual studio is that it's a safe place. It's a place where we're all working on creating new habits. We're all working on improving our lives and ourselves. And when we can get your family and friends and colleagues and the people in the studio behind you and helping follow along on your habits in life, you're much more likely to stay accountable to them because you don't want to disappoint people. You don't want to really focus on, you don't want to be a failure in other people's eyes, which 100% you shouldn't necessarily care what other people think, but this is kind of a positive peer pressure for you. And so I want you to kind of think about how can you put it out there? And this is one of the main reasons why I became a coach when I started my self-care journey was that I could be a customer and I could just do the things and I could try to do it on my own. But like we've discussed in previous podcasts here, willpower only goes so far and your energy and your attention span can only do so much for you with your willpower. So it's really important for me. It was really important for me to take responsibility and be disciplined with my activities. And that meant surrounding myself with other people who are doing the things that I wanted to be doing. And you become the people you surround yourself with. So I was surrounding myself now with the people that were doing the things or have done the things that I wanted to do. And so that's tip 4 I have for you is find a success buddy, right? Tell people about what you're doing. Join a team of a community of positive people like the studio. Be a part of an amazing setting and really just put yourself out there. Find the success buddy that is going to help you reach the goals. It's going to, link arms with you and march towards the things that you want to do together. To up your chances of success, find someone to do this with you, to hold you accountable and to help you cement this habit. And you will return the favor by helping them do the same thing. So, these are kind of like these success lifestyle partnerships. And so I really want you to keep working on it. We have every day we have our success virtual studio virtual gym that opens up every morning from 5 to 7. And we have women who hop on and they get in their workout. Maybe they're doing their devotional, maybe they're doing a meditation, but it's really just that accountability piece that if one of them doesn't show up, I'm aware. If I don't show up, they're aware. And so it's just a matter of, having a place to share those wins and the losses and getting some feedback and holding each other accountable. So having a success partner is super key to creating and instilling new habits into your life. The next one I have for you is competition and camaraderie. Okay. So it's a matter of maybe putting a little friendly competition in it. My old superintendent used to call it putting some skin in the game, right? Like having something to win or to lose for the situation that you're doing. So when we have girls that are working towards different business goals, we oftentimes do like a little buy-in, like you can split the pot when you reach this goal. Or if you are working on something like you want to get to so many steps per day, like maybe you commit to donating something to a cause that you love if you reach your goal. Maybe you will donate to a cause you don't love if you don't reach your goal, right? Whatever kind of motivation you need or competition that you can have. There's some girls in my virtual studio that really are focusing on moving and walking, and they're wanting to do some 5Ks at the end of the month. And so they're really pushing each other and really having that competition that they're going to get their 10,000 steps in first in a day, or they're going to get their however long their heart rate can stay up or whatever it might be. So really, it's just a matter of pushing yourself and organizing those kinds of things to keep yourself going. And so this is a tactic that can help up the motivation and really help increase the activity and help you stay consistent in your action. But don't use competition and camaraderie to be the be all end all, okay? Because you do still have to make sure that you are instilling this as a positive habit in the lifestyle that you're living and not just something that you do for the competition. So, statistics have shown that while competition is great for getting people started and keeping the motivation going, it's really about keeping the habits continuous in your life so that it's not just about the competition, that it's about changing your life and it's about changing the habits in your life. Because there's statistics that say that 60% of the people that are in the competition do really well, but then as soon as the competition is over, people fall off like wildfire. So it's just important that you are continuing to have that constant organization, that constant accountability, that be a part of a community that's going to keep moving forward and not quitting at the end. So however you inject that fun rivalry or competitive spirit into the new habits is completely up to you. But I would say make sure that they become a habit and that it's not just about the competition. And the step 6 I have for you is 100% celebrate. You should always be celebrating, not just the victory at the end, but it should definitely be celebrating the small steps along the way. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, okay? You can't go through the entire thing sacrificing yourself with no benefit. You have to find little rewards along the way to give yourself every month or every week or even every day to kind of just be that small little thing that you're going to hold over yourself to create a new behavior. One thing that I had for me in my business was I have certain metrics in my business that I want to hit every single month so that I can, achieve a long-term goal of a business success. And so one of the things that I've attached to my monthly success is a massage. So if I hit a certain business metric in my business, I schedule a massage right away and I thoroughly enjoy it. Now, could my body use a massage every month no matter what? Absolutely. But it's one of those things that I hold myself accountable, but I'm not going to spend this money on a massage if I've not done the work in my business to make sure I can afford it and that I want to do it. Now, I can definitely afford it, but it's just one of those things that it's a reward. It's a treat for myself to be able to do it. And so it's a reward. It's an opportunity for me to keep moving forward and to keep reaching the milestones I want for my life and promise that I can keep to myself so that I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. So change is hard, 100%. And there's one thing that 99% of failures and successful folks have in common. It's that they hate doing the same thing over and over. However, the difference in successful people versus people that are not as successful is that they commit to it even if it's hard. Change is hard. That's why people don't transform their bad habits. And that's why so many people end up unhappy and unhealthy in life. But I know that you can make the changes that you want in your life by doing these things that we've talked about the last 3 weeks, by talking about how to create habits. We've talked about uninstalling bad habits. We've talked about installing good habits into your life and how you can do those things. But I want you to be patient. I want you to find the why, the reason that really is going to help you stick with the things that you're wanting to change. And I want you to break up with the old habits and start the new ones. And remember to be patient with yourself. If you spent 20, 30, or even 40 years or more repeating the same behaviors over and over again, it's not going to change with the blink of an eye. But you can change it. If you can learn it, you can unlearn it. And I want you to set the expectation for yourself that you're going to have lasting results with this. And science shows that the patterns of thoughts and actions repeated many, many times throughout the day, you kind of get this brain groove in your head, which is a real thing. It's interconnected neurons that carry thought patterns back and forth. So if you want to change that, you have to get into the same groove of changing and going in a different direction. So our brains are malleable. Our thoughts are malleable. Our actions are malleable. You can change them all. And when we form new habits, we drive deeper grooves into our brain with each repetition and eventually overpowering the previous ones, right? So I want you to create new habits this week. I want you to burn new grooves into your brain. And remember that it takes time and patience. If you fall off the wagon, brush yourself off, come back to your accountability group, get back plugged into what is that you're at, connect back to your why, and really focus in on the things that you know that you want to achieve. Speaking of payoffs, I want you to really come back next week as we continue this conversation on habits. I want you to continue to be thinking about how you can be making new changes in your life, swapping out the old, going with the new. And really, I want to introduce you to my good friend, Big Mo. All right. As we go into the last podcast of the series, we're going to be talking about momentum, and the Big Mo in your life is going to take you down a path of destruction, or it's going to take you down a path of great joy. So come back next week and we'll talk about Big Mo. If you like this episode and you want to share it with other people, just hit the 3 little dots, copy the link, and send it off to a friend. I would really appreciate a share. I love seeing what you are loving about the podcast when you share it on social media, or even if you just send me a message. It brings me great joy to see that and hear from you. And it also helps other people find Choose to Rise when you leave a rating and review. So go ahead and do that as well, and come back again next week. And again, if you haven't caught up to all 3 pieces of the series so far, go back and listen in and really work on creating your healthy lifestyle. If you yourself want to be a part of the virtual studio where we are working on these habits, or you want one-on-one coaching with me, let's talk. Shoot me an email, choosetoriseup@gmail.com. Let's talk about how we can help you reach the goals that you have for yourself in life, whether it's self-care or life or whatever it might be. Let's talk about how we can work together soon and get you on the right track, rising above your current situation to live your absolute best life. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you back here again next time.